Peace, what's good? This is your brother C Knowledge, aka Doodlebug from the world famous Diggable Planets.
Hey yo, this your man CHJ of Duck City. This your man in the cut of Duck City.
Hey yo, this is Ed Dav.
Yo, what up? It's your boy Hells, yeah.
Rockin' Yellow in the building, and we turned up.
Yeah, it's your boy Neff Dallas, and I'm rocking with the Mixtape Show.
To the Mixtape Show.
Mixtape Show.
The Mixtape Show.
The Mixtape Show.
My main man's DJ Kawan.
DJ Kawan.
With DJ Kawan, blessing him like the Holy Quran.
Fire Rock Zone, Kawan J.
Let's go!
All right, welcome back to the Mixtape Show. This time for the Artist of the Week interview. I got the man to my right here, TekForce.
What's up, Kawan?
Chilling, man.
How you doing, brother?
Good, brother. Good, man. We
Good,
finally
man.
got to do this, man.
Yeah.
Finally got to do this.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
It's been since the show. We did the show.
That's right.
There we go.
That's right. And what a fantastic job you did on the show.
Thank
as
you.
a formidable, reputable DJ you are.
Thank you. We'll get into that in a
thank
minute. He trying to take over the show.
I did go to radio broadcasting school, so
All right, well, let's dance these circles in. That's cool. So Tek, man,
Word.
we've been playing your music for a minute on the show, man, and I always say that you're a lyricist / nerd.
thank you,
Hip-hop
man.
nerd.
Thank you, brother.
But tell the people, what does that really mean? What does that mean?
So, God, I've been a nerd for as long as I can remember, man. And growing up, I was big into playing video games and watching anime and cartoons and all of that stuff. And but at the same time, I remember my older brother in like 84, 85 breaking out. I remember walking into his room and he was playing some beat I'd never heard before. And I asked him what it was, and he said, "Man, this is the Fat Boys." I can't remember what song it was by the Fat Boys, but I knew I liked it. So I subsequently used to steal his boombox, take it in my room, and play it as much as I could, and I got acclimated to that. So when I got older, and I decided I wanted to rap, when I got to that point after listening to years of hip-hop, I said, if I'm going to do this, I need to interject some of that into my rap.
Okay.
So I would take... My first song I ever did was called "Keeps the Party Live." It's one I wrote.
Okay.
Right, and I took a sample from an anime called Serial Experiments Lane.
Okay.
Which came out about the 2000s point, and I put a Solid Snake reference in there.
Metal Gear?
Yeah, a Metal Gear Solid Snake reference, and I throughout the song there was mad references to video games, but I hadn't decided at that point that I was going to specifically do that. So a nerdy lyricist, I guess, is the one who takes the things from nerd culture and hopefully puts and integrates it right into the track.
There you go. What's your favorite cartoon all time right now? Gun to your head.
The Real Ghostbusters.
There you go. All right. I'm going to be doing this throughout the whole interview.
What about you?
Favorite cartoon of all time?
Yeah.
G.I. Joe.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, I knew that's why we homies. Word up.
So, when did you record your first song? About how long ago was that when you first?
Man, that is a good
professional
question. Let me see, man. You're asking my brain cells to go way back.
Yeah.
It had to be around 2002, and I remember that time because that's when my son's mom was pregnant with him at the time, and it was maybe a few months before he was born. I was sitting in an apartment. I had like this whack computer set up and Fruity Loops on there and this makeshift mic. I don't know how it even sat up. And I just started writing. And next thing I know, I got the soundtrack to that lane I was talking about. I chopped it up. I said, wait a minute, this beat might work. I started writing. And I think, because that's back when my name was Focus Life.
Okay.
I've been like 7 different rap names.
Okay.
I went from Focus Life to Tech45 to TekForce. So don't try to track the old stuff down. It's been taken down.
Okay.
But anyway, I sat there and I wrote it, man. It actually turned out decent.
Okay.
So yeah, it was back then, man. It was. I think the hook was Focus Life keeps the party live. Always ready, I said he keeps the party live. And that's what I wanted to have that chance so people could like feel it.
Yeah. What's your favorite video game?
Favorite? Oh man, that's a good question.
Gun to your head.
You did, man.
3, 2.
Chrono Trigger.
Okay.
SNES.
Legend of Zelda.
Yeah.
All right. So coming.
Yeah. Boy,
I'm just throwing them on with the interview. So
he hit me with them speedballs, man.
So coming up when you was making your type of music, did you have any kind of like, okay, I don't get this kind of thing? Any of that kind of feedback at all?
So it's interesting you say that. So there was a site called Acid Planet in the early aughts. And if you were a producer or anything, this is before, you could post on SoundCloud and all that. You had to go to Acid Planet. So at the time I was listening to I was watching a lot of anime, and there was one in particular that at that time had really like stuck out to me, One Piece. Mm-hmm. So I found a sample from One Piece. I put it into a track, and I thought it was dope. See, so in my head, I was thinking because I was different, because I took anime samples and a lot of people weren't doing that, I would be accepted. Mm-hmm. But it was kind of the opposite. At that time when I came out, man, people weren't really feeling because they wanted whatever it was I didn't have. Mm-hmm. But I wanted to combine both hip hop and anime into one thing, man. Mm-hmm. And luckily, that time came later on. But back then, no, it was rough, dude. They wasn't liking my stuff at all. You know what? I take that back. I made one track that I sampled Outkast.
Okay.
And it's the Love Below prototype. Okay. At the end of the track, he's got that melody. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I made that into a beat, dude, and that kind of catapulted. Whenever I tried to do some anime, however, it didn't work out the same way. So
yeah. You familiar with Conway and West Side Gun, right? The rappers.
Yeah.
So they call themselves the Hall and Nash of rap, and they're wrestling fanatics. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they know it.
Right.
And it's kind of funny seeing those cats in their rhymes talk about a lot of that old WWF stuff.
Yeah.
And it's accepted, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And from that. But when, like you were saying, now if you say that, people kind of look at you like, that's kind of weird. But, you know what I'm saying? The game is messed up, man.
Right. It's the truth.
But those cats are really into the wrestling thing.
Yeah,
and
man.
I even think West Side Gun always starts his verse with the Ayo. Yeah. That's him paying homage to Razor Ramon.
Right.
So it's just kind of funny that.
Word up.
So who's your favorite wrestler?
God, there you go. Yeah. It probably has to be Ric Flair.
Ric Flair?
Ric Flair is that was the one I kept going back to. Second runner-up is Roddy Piper.
Ric Flair to me was like the first black heavyweight champion because he had so much style.
Yeah.
My favorite wrestler was Ricky Steamboat all time.
Oh,
and Macho Man, just because of that match. That was the first time I watched wrestling. Was that WrestleMania with him and Ricky Steamboat?
Yeah.
For the Intercontinental Championship.
Oh man, I remember that match, man. Macho Man had a lot of style, dude.
Yeah.
When he came out, he was ready to go.
He was the man.
Yeah.
He was the man. R.I.P.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Child of the 80s, man. This is a new project that you got. I hear the excitement in your voice. I see the excitement on your post about this project, man. What is Child of the 80s to you right now? What does that mean as far as you putting that out to the world? What do you want the world to know about that?
So, as a child of the 80s, I grew up. It's kind of funny because an 80s was a very different time as far as the influences and what was on TV, what was on radio, what was going on. I think most of the music, like my albums before, Tech Support and Server Crash Part 1, those themes and those central themes are on stuff of the past that I love. Like, Level Up is basically an anthology of my games, or at the time I was playing it through NES, through I think it's Xbox 360. So in each one of my albums, man, I'm paying homage to the 80s in some way, but I felt it was time that I need to go full-fledged into it. If I'm gonna really cap this off, this whole 80s talk, let me do an album based on it. Mm-hmm. So Child of the 80s it's something that I wanted to incorporate a genre of music called synthwave. Okay. So synthwave is really, really big with me. It's been out for quite some time, and how I got into it, there's a movie called Drive. You remember Drive?
Mm-hmm. I remember
Okay.
that. Yeah.
Ryan Gosling. Mm-hmm. that soundtrack is nothing but synthwave. So when I heard that, and it was a song called Night Call by Kavinsky, I said, you know what, I need to have this for my album. So that kind of started me on the path of making beats to get me closer to that way. Child of the 80s is kind of like that callback. That's that, yo, this is an 80s based album. So when you since I'm not an instrumentalist, I knew I had to reach out to somebody to really get that sound. And my dude Michael Pena from the group Hammer Zaya is co-producing a lot of tracks with me on the album. So every track is going to be based in 80s, not necessarily the songs themselves, but the whole theme is to take you back to a time where, you know, everybody was breakdancing, or there was this kind of pop melodies, and it's just a very synthy feel. It's my love letter to the 80s, man.
To the 80s,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. What's your favorite 80s television show?
Favorite 80s show? Dude, I would have to say the A-Team. The A-Team was strong, and I think Knight Rider was right behind it. About you?
Hey, 18. That's my number one.
Yeah.
And that's all I can remember watching, because I used to watch it with my dad. Oh, remember Sledgehammer? Remember that show?
Oh, man.
I used to watch it with my pops.
The dude used to walk around with the Magnum.
Yeah, there was a
Was that
Desert
it?
Eagle? Was it a Desert Eagle?
It was a big
I'm
gun,
gonna look,
man.
yeah, Sledgehammer. Yeah, Sledgehammer. Yeah. 'Cause I used to watch that with my pops. Yeah.
Did you ever watch Max Headroom?
Yeah. I wasn't a fan, but I got it.
I loved it. It was on like for one season, but I loved that dude Max Headroom, man.
Yeah.
That was like my dude.
Yeah, man. Well, let me ask you this, man. End of the day, TekForce gets his chapter in the hip hop culture encyclopedia.
Yeah.
What do you want your chapter to say?
I wanted to say that me and my company, Life Cycle Entertainment, gave people that were like me, kids that grew up necessarily that were nerdy, and folks didn't gravitate towards them and didn't embrace a lot of the stuff that they love. He gave them hope and an avenue and a path to create their music their way, their lane, and to understand that it's okay to talk about something different. And if everybody doesn't get it, they don't get it. But you do your passion for you, your love for you, and it's okay to be you. So that's what my goal ultimately is. That's what I want. I want to bring another MC up that doesn't think that they're dope, and let them know that they are. That's what happened to me. And I want to do that for other people.
There you go.
So
mentorship, definitely, right?
Yeah, man. It's when you get to a certain age, brother, you gotta give that knowledge back.
There you go. When you get long in the teeth.
Right.
Dope, man. Well, Tech, man, you're gracious enough. You're gonna let us premiere this new record off of that album, man. Go ahead. What's the name of this song?
This Move. Okay, so Move is the it is the product of me and Michael J. Pena from Hammer Zaya. God's such a talented producer. So I wanted to start off track. He hit me up, and he's producing other tracks with me on the album. But he said, "Tech, I got something I think that'd be dope for you to rhyme to." So he sent it to me, man. It's got that bounce, like that Planet Rock, Africa Bambaataa, just b-boy feel. And when you hear the track, it's gonna make you start popping and locking, even if you've never done it before. So Move is just like that. It's just MCs on the track, doing what we do. But the hook is, the whole song is designed you to get up, man.
There you go.
And have that energy. So
Dope.
I'm really, it's a different feel for me.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Well, before we get to that, how can they get in touch if they want to work with you? What's the best way to get a hold of you?
You can find me on Twitter at TekForce Rises, Instagram TekForce, Facebook is TekForce Lives. You can also hear the music on TekForce1.bandcamp.com. Has tech support, server crash, the Bits and Bytes EP, some of my obscure stuff. All that is up there. So go look at it.
There you go. And how about you introduce this single, Mixtape Show, world premiere?
Word up. This is TekForce for the Mixtape Show with DJ Kawan. This is the world premiere of Move, because that's what I want y'all to do when y'all hear it. This is only on the Mixtape Show. My man DJ Kawan is TekForce. Ready.
Appreciate your time, brother.
Thank you, man.
When that album come out, we're going to come back and do a listening sessions of the whole project.
I'll be right here, brother.
There we go, man.
All
Ladies
right.
and gentlemen, TekForce.
Peace.
He's a force to be reckoned with on the real. Let's get into the joint. We'll be right back.
Life cycle, child of the 80s. I'm a child of the 80s, child of the 80s. TekForce, T-Rex, Michael Pena, Hammer Zaya. Ride a beat, I'm on it like an albatross. Better than ever, but operating at a loss. They don't get that it's hard when you're the boss. Like Psycho, my legacy, I show them all. 80s kid used to ride a Great Sigma. Fixator on the Ghostbusters Enigma. Sick 720 game get ya. Hit you in 2019, I'm a fixture. My team don't believe in pipe dreams. Mario couldn't understand what I bring. Lightning striking the whole scene. Zip top won't stop, yeah, it's my scene. Old to the new to the old. Same TekForce, but yes, too bold. I fold the lyrical, you should know. Gotta grow forever, bro, it's control. So move out of the way. Me and my dude, you know, we don't play. So move out of your seat. Feel the beat. Can you feel the heat? So move out of the way. Me and my dude, you know, we don't play. So move out of your seat. Feel the beat. Can you feel the heat? So move out of the way. Me and my dude, you know, we don't play. So move out of your seat. Feel the beat. Can you feel the heat? So move.
Yo, Rex, you ready to take it?
Yeah, I got you,
I said,
Jack.
you ready to take it?
I do this,
Let's
homie.
go.
Dip dive when I socialize. Jump popped up on them, what a surprise. All high steak, no shakes and fries. True to the power third, that's my word. All ran dark when it starts with lies. Apply pressure, your fault, thoughts collide. Nowhere on the dark road, enjoy the ride. You can't make up your mind, it's your face you hide. Can't get close, face occupied. To let a few of y'all in, others failed and tried. Might submit, neither one, not that guy. Blood oak with a hand slice, you might die. All fly, drive by on my life cycle. Synth wave, can yell to J. Michael. Strike back the facts that might bite you. Give them hell even though they don't like
So
it.
move out of the way. Me and my dude, you know, we don't play. So move out of your seat. Feel the beat. Can you feel the heat? So move out of the way. Me and my dude, you know, we don't play. So move out of your seat. Feel the beat. Can you feel the heat? So move out of the way. Me and my dude, you know, we don't play. So move out of your seat. Feel the beat. Can you feel the heat? So move out of the way. Me and my dude, you know, we don't play. So move out of your seat. Feel the beat. Can you feel the heat? So move.
So, Mike, it's about time for me to take it home. Do you mind? All right, I'm gonna do it anyway. Let's go.
Yo, they try to take me down. Fake folks, all jokes, can't take the crown. No smiles over here, your face is frown. Got real on the tracks, now they're not around town. Looks like they left. Maybe I'm right and fresh to death. Been out of shape like treble clef. Ain't ready for the voice like Honda, of course. From the beat and the rhyme, your style divorce. Flynn lives over here at the arcade. Lyrics sitting on the grid, you can catch the spade. Hands ready, so steady, my batteries are ever ready. Catch metal blades in your sleep like Freddy. Effortless with it, better hang on a teddy. My flow so strong, it's breaking through your levee. Got your girlfriend hugging me like Lou Techie. So move. So move. So move. I'm a child of the 80s. Child of the 80s.
The Mixtape Show.